The George and Pudgy Show. Starring Milt Stiltskin as George Coinbridge. Co-starring Bill Dokie as Pudgy Coinbridge. Also starring Schmitzy Poldonka as Maggie Coinbridge. And Margaret Meadow Muffin as Mildred Coinbridge. Along with Falk Miley, Peter Peters, and special guest star Percy Tinkles. Welcome to our presentation of A Hunting We Will Go.
This is the Gum Chewy Radio Network. Tonight's episode of the George and Pudgy Show, A Hunting We Will Go, is brought to you by Dirk Gherkin's brined and pickled fine smoking cigars. Did you know that Dirk Gherkin grows and picks his own tobacco and that he himself rolls his cigars between his thighs before pickling them in the finest Miller Moth vinegars and smoked salts for that smooth, mellow, satisfying flavor you'll only find in a genuine Dirk Gherkin cigar. And by the makers of Mama Floppa's sweet American-style fire-roasted fish balls. Mama Floppa's uses only the finest fish balls money can buy. These fish balls are ripped off at the peak of flavor, then gently washed and fire-roasted over an open pit. They're then canned and cooked in Mama Floppa's special sweet and salty ball water. Mama Floppa's, a name to remember, a taste you won't forget.
When we last left the gang, they had checked into their hotel and were given directions to Tink Pinkle's Truck Stop and Cafe.
Is there an all-night diner or something around here?
Oh yes, sir. There's old Tink Pinkle's Cafe and Truck Stop just off of the highway by Garber's Hardware. And just get back on Main Street and turn left and drive around a mile down the road. You can't miss it.
Pass me the keys. I'll drive, George.
What? A whole mile? Are you sure you're not going to fall asleep at the wheel?
Cut it out, George. Give the keys to Pudgy, and you're sitting in the back seat with me.
Come on, Mildred. Baby hop in front, and you can help shift the gears.
Jeepers, can I? Are you sure I'm tall enough to sit up front?
Oh, good one, Mildred.
Okay. That's what I get for trying to be nice. Boy, I can see what this trip's gonna be like.
Relax, Pudgy. You ain't gonna flip your wig. I'm just rattling a cage.
You may as well go back to the hotel, Pudgy.
What? Why do I have to turn around?
'Cause George is sound asleep.
Asleep? How could he be asleep? We just pulled out of the hotel parking lot.
He's asleep, all right. Ever since we were kids, whenever Georgie boy got tired, he would fall asleep at the snap of a finger. Once he fell asleep on the Furbush bus and ended up in Yonkers. And he didn't budge until the bus driver woke him up at the station. When George called home, our old man made Georgie's boy there panhandle for 20 cents to get the next bus back.
Okay, well, we will meet here at the car, 9 a.m. sharp. Then we'll all go out for breakfast and open the envelope.
Don't know what to have for dinner tonight? Well, Mama Floppa's sweet American-style fire-roasted fish balls is just what the doctor ordered. Simply open a can, warm it in a pan, pour over pasta, and in a snap you have a delicious and nutritious meal the whole family can enjoy. Remember, Mama only uses the best fish balls to feed her family and yours. That's Mama Floppa's, a name to remember, a taste you won't forget.
Well, it's 9 a.m. Where's Pudgy and Mildred?
I'm sure they'll be right along, George. It was a long day for us all, you know. Give them a break.
Good morning, Georgie boy. Are you ready to get this show on the road?
Hi, Maggie. Morning, George.
Don't forget, I'm driving today.
Then let's go. I could eat a horse.
What was the name of that place the desk clerk mentioned?
I think it was Tink Flinkle's Cafe and Truck Stop. Turn left on Main Street and drive about a mile down the road just off the highway by Garber's Hardware. You can't miss it.
That's almost exactly what the clerk said. Do you remember everything like that, Mildred?
No, it comes and goes. Sometimes I remember exactly what happened the day before, like what kind of car was parked in front of Mr. O'Ren's soap dish store, something someone said.
It comes and goes, all right. It don't pay to listen to Mildred, because sometimes she gets it wrong. She cost me $50 at the track last week by giving me the name of a lame nag that came in dead last.
How many times are you going to bring that up, Pudgy? I told you I only heard the last part of what those two goons were saying.
Well, well, well. Looks like you owe me $5, Pudgy.
Why does Pudgy owe you $5, George?
I made a bet.
It was just a silly bet that me and George made, Maggie. We don't need to worry about it right now, George. Look, we're here at Tinkles. Let's go in and get some food.
Oh, Ray, let's go eat.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Tink Pinkles. I'm Think Pinkles, Tink's brother. We're real happy to see y'all come in. Our special this morning is a short stack of my brother's fluffy buttermilk griddle cakes with 3 eggs, 4 slices of bacon, potatoes, and toast. Comes with coffee, juice, and milk.
I'll have the special.
Me too.
How about you, ladies?
I'll just have a cup of coffee and a sweet roll. Same here.
All right, great. I'll be right back with your coffee. 2 coffins, all the nails, 2 pinwheels, make them float.
We should open the envelope now, George.
Right you are, Maggie. Here, you open the first one. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be going on this adventure.
Yeah, Maggie, you open the first one.
Go for it, Maggie.
Right. Here it goes.
Well,
Well,
what does it say?
come on, Maggie, quit stalling.
It says Babcock tester?
What's a Babcock test?
You don't think they were going to make it easy, do you, Mildred? We just need to put our heads together and think.
Babcock test sounds like something medical.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Here's your coffee, folks. I'll be back in just a minute with your order.
Maybe we should start at the local hospital, or maybe doctor's offices?
It's a good idea, Mildred.
How about if George and I drop you 2 gals at the hospital, and while the 2 of you are sniffing around there, George and I will check out the local doctor's offices.
Here's your food, folks. Sweet rolls for the ladies and special for the gents. Are you folks planning on being in town long?
Not any longer than we need to be there, buddy.
George, I'm sorry. Stink, my husband has the manners of a yak.
My name is Fink, ma'am. I was just going to say, since you folks are in town, you should check out the Satori cheese plant. They make some of the best cheese in the whole USA.
Thanks for the tip, Think. Your husband just called and said he's bringing his boss and wife home for dinner. What are you going to do? You don't have time to run to the market. Well, why not make them feel like a king and queen when you serve them Mama Floppa's sweet American-style fire-roasted fish balls? Mama Floppa's fish balls only take 5 minutes to warm on the stove. And as the aroma fills the air, arrange the fish balls on a platter, insert toothpicks, and serve. What a treat. Your husband will be sure to get high praises at the office, and maybe that raise he's been wanting. Mama Floppa is a name to remember, a taste you won't forget.
Boy, I sure hope the gals had better luck than we did.
No kidding, we went to every kind of doctor's office we could find.
From family doctors to horse doctors and everything in between. All we got was strange looks.
And we better keep our fingers crossed that the wives did better.
Speaking of wives, they're up there on the right.
Yeah, I'm not blind, you know.
It's about time you two showed up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right, mister. Where have you two been? We have been standing here for almost 2 hours. We have been laughed at, in, and then all the way out of the hospital. We have been whistled at by fatheads and geezers. Mildred broke a heel on a shoe, but worst of all was the cop that thought we were streetwalkers. Did you hear me, George? Streetwalkers.
Please tell us you found this Babcock test, whatever it is.
We was hoping you gals found it.
Oh, no. You mean to tell me we spent the last 5 hours going through all that for nothing?
We were just as disappointed as you two. We were laughed out of every doctor's office in town, and Georgie boy got himself chased out of the haberdashery by the butcher waving the biggest meat cleaver I ever seen.
You ain't kidding, Pudgy. I'm just glad you were on your toes and got us out of there before I ended up looking like chopped liver.
Before you two showed up, Maggie and me decided we want to go see the cheese being made. Did you hear me, Pudgy?
Yeah, okay, I'm going. You don't have to ride the broomstick. Hasn't been peaches and cream for us either, you know.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. You still owe me $5, Pudgy.
For what?
Just before we left New York, I bet Pudgy $5 that him and Mildred would get into it within 48 hours. As it turns out, this makes twice, so it should be $10.
George Coinbridge, what kind of man are you? If anyone is looking for a fight around here, it's you.
Now wait a minute, just 1 minute. Pudgy, you bet George $5 that we wouldn't have a fight in the first 48 hours? And George bet you we would? Is that about right?
Yes, that's it exactly, Mildred.
So you were kind of betting for us. You were betting that we wouldn't fight. That is so sweet of you, Pudgy. Now pay George the $10 you owe him, and tonight you rubbing my feet.
Mildred, you're amazing. You're the only woman I know that can give a man praise and punishment in the same sentence.
I wouldn't be laughing too loud, George. You're not off the hook, mister.
How far is this cheese place, Pudgy?
I think I see it up ahead, George.
Sartori cheese. I'm so excited, Maggie.
Oh, me too, Mildred. It's been such a long day. I hope they have some free samples to nibble on.
Yeah, pal, is this where we go to see the cheese being made?
Yes, sir. You're in the right place. Now come on in, folks. Welcome to the Satori Cheese Company. My name is Kurt DeVal. My friends just call me Nipples. Now, if you folks follow me, we'll get this show started. We'll start out here with the cows.
Oh, George. It stinks worse than when the sewer overflowed the bathtub.
I understand, ma'am. Most folks aren't accustomed to that particular fragrance of nature. Now here we have the best corn-fed Holsteins milking cows anywhere. They're fed, washed, milked 3 times a day. Now over this way is the milking barn. Now in here, we have an automatic milking system. All these cows in the barn can be milked by only 2 men working the equipment. As the cows are milked, it gets pumped into this large tank. And here is the quality control room. Every time the cows are milked, samples are taken. We test these samples for fat, solid content with a Babcock test over here. If the sample meets our standards, the milk is passed and then shipped off to distribution and then on to the way to the
That's
store.
it! The Babcock test!
Way to go, Mildred! We
Way to
found it!
go.
So good!
Nice
All right.
job!
What's going on? Did I say something wrong?
No, not at all, Nipples. You see, we're in this scavenger hunt, and the Babcock test was the first thing on our list.
Is that you guys? I heard about that gum chewy hunt on the radio just the other day. Boy, you folks move fast.
Yeah, I suppose we do.
Your wife just had your baby boy, and what a better way to celebrate than handing out Dirk Gherkin's fine smoking cigars to all of your friends. Remember, you aren't just giving away just any cigar, you're giving away a Dirk Gherkin's. Dirk himself rolls, brines, and pickles his cigars for the best smoking experience money can buy. That's Dirk Gherkin's Brine Cigars.
Now that we have had dinner and are ready to go, what's the next city we have to go to?
Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Shelbyville, Tennessee it is.
I'm glad you're driving this time, Pudgy. I'm going to put my head back and catch 40 winks and let you drive all night.
I'm happy to do it, Georgie boy. Happy to do it.
Will Pudgy drive all night to Shelbyville? At which hotel will they stay? What will be the next item they'll have to scavenge? Be sure to tune in next week for part 3 of A Hunting We Will Go on the George and Pudgy Show.
This is the Gum Chewy Radio Network. Tonight's episode of the George and Pudgy Show, A Hunting We Will Go, is brought to you by Dirk Gherkin's brined and pickled fine smoking cigars. Did you know that Dirk Gherkin grows and picks his own tobacco and that he himself rolls his cigars between his thighs before pickling them in the finest Miller Bob vinegars and smoked salts for that smooth, mellow, satisfying flavor you'll only find in a genuine Dirk Gherkin cigar. And by the makers of Mama Floppa's sweet American-style fire-roasted fish balls. Mama Floppa's uses only the finest fish balls money can buy. These fish balls are ripped off at the peak of flavor, then gently washed and fire-roasted over an open pit. They're then canned and cooked in Mama Floppa's special sweet and salty ball water. Mama Floppa's, a name to remember, a taste you won't forget.